Hi guys, welcome back. This is Erin from Painting Those Piggies, and today I have update number 1 on my Finish 7 by Spring project pan. This project pan is in collaboration with Joy of Joyful Beauty, so I will leave her channel linked down below. We planned on updating every 2 weeks, so this is our first update, and I am really happy with the progress I've been making. I did start this project a little bit early, and I apologize. I'm still battling bronchitis, so I'm a little bit froggy today, but I'm on antibiotics now, so hopefully I should be getting better soon. But despite all that, I wanted to go through this quickly, make these updates pretty quick, but I'm pretty happy with the progress that I made so far. So I did take pictures, and I am doing this a couple days early because I'm going to be busy on Saturday, but let's get right into the products. So the first two that you're not really going to see, and that's Millie on the floor right now, like digging for crumbs on her food bowl. But the first two products you're not going to see use on are the e.l.f. Shadow Lock Eyelid Primer. I did notice with this, especially in the last few days, that I have been having to dip in twice per eye to get enough primer to cover each eye. So I figure that's really good progress because I've only been seeing that in the last couple of days. So I figure I'm going through this pretty quickly. I have been using this for a long time, so I think that I will be able to finish this at the end of the project. And then the other one you're not going to be able to see use on is the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner in the color Raven. I mentioned before that I do not use black eyeliner just because it's really harsh. I have light, like blue-green eyes, and so I think black looks harsh on my eyes. I do have all but one product on today. I do have this on my top lashes today, and this is just gonna run out randomly when it runs out, but I have been making a point to use this pretty much every day because it's getting very dry and crumbly. I notice it's been leaving like little crumbles at the end of the day, so I'm trying to work through this really quickly. Next up, we'll go through the powders. I feel like I've been making really good progress on powders, and the first one is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Compact. This is probably one of my oldest like palettes in my collection, so I wanted to throw this in. I'm only focusing on hitting pan on the bronzer. I did notice that I can see a definite pan ring in this. I did switch brushes, and so the brush I'm using is much wider, so it's not really focusing on one specific area, but I see a lot of the rings in this, so that makes me very happy. I will insert the first picture very briefly, and then the updated picture on each of the items. So that is the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. Next powder item is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I mentioned that this has not been working for me, so I'm trying to work this out of my collection. This is in the color Sandstorm, which is too light for me. I did take pictures of it, which I'll insert. I also did newly mark it on the cover of it, which looks kind of weird, but that smaller blue mark is the first update, and then that bigger mark is the update today. And I feel like it's getting hard to use. It's kind of getting a little bit of hard pan around the edges, and so I might attempt to repress it, although that is not something that I have ever done, although I did watch a really good video on it yesterday, so I might try that because it is getting really hard to use. So I feel like if I repress it, I feel like I can use it up quicker. I feel like I did make really good progress on this. So that is the Rimmel Stay Matte. And then I have been pairing this with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This one is too dark, so I've just been using them in conjunction. And then this is what it looks like today. I feel like I've been making good progress on this one. I can definitely tell the days I make mishaps, like I use this too much and then I look really pale, or I use this too much and look too dark, but I've been trying to use them evenly so I like have a normal looking complexion. But I feel like I'm making good progress, and I'll be able to use these up by the end of the project. Next up, I will move into the eye products, which are all that remains in this project. This eye palette I have been falling in love with. This is the Naked 2 Basics palette by Urban Decay. I just wanted to hit pan on one shadow because I don't have any pan on any shadows I own, and I feel like I am so close to this lightest shade, which is Skimp, which really surprises me because I don't often use highlighter shades, but I am obsessed with this shade. I feel like I'm just days away from hitting pan on Skimp. I've been using it every single day. I'm gonna see if you can really see that dip in there. I will insert pictures as well, and I feel like I'm making good progress on Frisk, which is the lighter of the crease shades, as well as Cover, which is the next one. I haven't really used Undone much, which is the darkest shade in there, as well as Stark, which is the second lightest shade, but I'm trying to use all of them, but the one that's going to hit pan first is definitely Skimp. It's got like a huge dip in it, so I feel really proud of that, but the more I use this palette, the more I really like it. So that is the Naked 2 Basics palette. Next up, I'm happy to report I did finish one of the products in this painting challenge, I guess, and this is the Urban Decay eyeshadow in the color Glitter Rock. If you can even see like this tiny little nubbin, I actually did finish this morning. I have been using this on my lower lash line. It's almost like a mauve taupe color. It does have chunks of glitter in it, and it was getting dried out, so I tried to focus on this eyeliner first. I did throw in all three eyeliners as one product, but I thought I could get through them all. So this one is actually done. I sharpened it for the last time and knew it wouldn't click anymore in the sharpener, so I used that one up to the little nubbin, and so that one is officially the first product done, and I'm really proud of that. But I focused on that one and did not really use this one much. I did use this a little bit, so I sharpened it once, and so it does have a little bit of progress. This one is one I also use on the bottom lash line, and this is the Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in Mugshot, so it does have a tiny bit of progress, but this is the next one I'll be using on my lower lash line. So not a ton of progress on this, but that is because I ended up using up this entire eyeliner. And then two last eye products. I feel really proud of this. I mentioned the Stila Smudge Crayon in Antique. This is a really pretty like soft rose gold color, and when I started it was basically full. My sister had given this to me. It's like a cream, kind of like a cream eyeshadow. You can use it for a base, which is what I have been doing. I've been using it pretty much any kind of warm tone or neutral eye. I've been using it as a base. I also use it alone if I just want a more natural look. I use it on my lower lash line. I basically use this for everything. I use it as an inner corner highlight, and I feel like I've made really good progress. I feel like if I just keep using it steadily like I have, that I can really finish this up by the end of March. So that is my Stila Smudge Crayon, and I feel really good about the progress that I have on this. And then last up in this project is my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the color Game Face. This is what I have on my eyes right now as like my main shadow. It is like a super bright bronze shadow, and I really love the color. This inspired me to actually declutter most of my ColourPop shadows. I had a lot of makeup that was geared towards very cool and fair skin, and so I ended up getting rid of that and sending a lot of it to my sister, who is actually cool toned and fair, whereas I'm more of like a light warm tone. And so this was really the only one that I felt looked good on me, and so I wanted to put this in this project pan because I really like the color in it. I think it looks good with my complexion, and it is very old though, so this is several years old, and I feel like a lot of people have an easy time using up ColourPop shadows, but I'm not having that easy of a time. Although I am seeing the bottom like details of the pan. I can see there's like a little bump in the middle, and I can see like kind of the details of the pan of it. You can see that little indent of the middle. So I feel like I am making progress. I kind of use this a few times a week. I don't want to get sick of it by any means because I really think the color is beautiful. So it not only inspired me to declutter my very cool tone ColourPop shadows and see if my sister wanted them. I also did get the Polite AF set from Sephora, which is pretty much like 6 warm toned ColourPop shadows, so I'm excited to try those as well. And because this one is pretty much my only one at this point. I changed around my entire ColourPop collection, but I'm excited to see progress on this one as well. So that is it for my Project Pan Finish 7 by Spring update number 1. Overall, I am really happy with the progress, and I feel like everything at this point is pretty much doable by the end of March. I think it's either March 20th or March 22nd. I know I mentioned it in the first video, but I feel like at this point everything is pretty much doable still. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update. If you are working on a Project Pan or anything like that, please link it down below so I can check it out, because I've really been on a Project Pan, Project Polish kick, and I feel like it's really good for me. So thank you guys as always for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys. Mel! That's not... Okay. Alright.